Morning world, Hippy Trev here, and we're off on another run to Childers, and I'll tell you why in a minute, so roll the intro. Hi, Hippy Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it. Rightio world, we're off to Childers yet again. Rightio, we're off to Childers yet again. I've got to go over and get my knee x-rayed. From all the time I was working up on top of the bus roof there, and remember I was saying, 2 or 3 weeks ago now, that both my knees had shit themselves, but my right knee had completely and utterly blown out. Anyway, I went and saw the doctor about it, and she gave me a referral to go over and get it all x-rayed, and I have to go to Childers to get that done. Can't get anything like that done here in town. So it's taken a while to get the car back on the road and the weather to be good enough. Well, the weather wasn't good enough to get on the bike and go. So it's taken me a couple of weeks just to organise to get over there and go and get this done. So we're heading over to Childers yet again. So I'm not going to make this a long video, like all the way over, but anyway. Red, wow. You blew me away, girl. That's absolutely amazing. I love what you said in your community. So thank you very much. So thank you very much for that. And actually, a couple of your subscribers have actually jumped onto my channel. So look, thanks, Red. And anyone who watches me, go and check out Red Rider. She is absolutely awesome. So and yes, the pain of the GoPros. You feel it, I feel it, we all bloody feel it. I spent a lot of money getting these cameras up and running, and to have them fail. You've got late model cameras. My GoPros are a 5 and a 7. I always like the 5 better than anything, but it's starting to play up. But even the GoPro 7, which is the one I'm using now, does the same bloody thing. Just shits itself, shuts itself down. For whatever reason, the battery life is just pitiful. I've bought more batteries. I've bought 4 lots of different batteries now over the last 2 years or more. And I don't know whether it's my little charge station, I don't think so, but yeah, the battery life, it just bloody GoPro. So I've had a bit of a look around at the Insta360s, now not the ones that do the full 360 revolution, but just sort of the replacement camera for the GoPros, the Insta360s. And I'll put a picture up there what I saw on it. I'll put a picture up there what you can get from, I think it's Harvey Norman. They're like $500-600 a camera. And then you've got to go and buy your camera mounts. Then you've got to go and buy your mic adapter. And then you probably want to go and buy at least maybe 1 or 2 spare batteries. I haven't looked much into these. Apparently their lifespan of the batteries is pretty good, but still, like everything. But until you actually know, you don't know. And after all this time of mucking around with GoPros and shit, I'd definitely want to have a second battery on hand. So you buy your camera outright, which is around what, 500. I can't remember now. In the car drive, it was either $4.99 or $500 just for the camera. So yeah, I think it's either $499 or $599 just for the camera. Then you got to go and buy your next battery or your spare battery. At least have a second battery. You still got to buy your mic adapter, which is an extra, what, 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever that is. Then you got to buy your mounting brackets. So by the time you buy the camera, your spare battery, mounting brackets, and your mic adapters and everything you need, you're heading up to around close to $700-800 per camera. And I have, well, especially on the bike, I don't do it in the car, but when I'm on the bike I run 2 cameras forward and back. So that's a $1,600 setup. Not everyone can just lay their hands on $1,600 or even just straight up $800 on an unknown quantity. Now, I don't know anyone that's actually used these 360 cameras, the one I'm going to show you again now. I don't know anyone that's actually used these cameras, so I don't really know what the feedback is on the mark. But there's got to be a better way. So there's got to be a better way of doing this other than GoPro, because the GoPros are becoming completely unreliable. And the GoPros, they're just becoming completely unreliable. And we're not the only ones, Red and I, we're not the only ones having GoPro problems. I know Paul over in the States riding on Ruby Paul. I know he has trouble with his GoPros. There's a few other people out there that I know that have had trouble with them. So for a very expensive camera and the money you put into them, they shouldn't be. They just should not be failing. Stacey, Ride for Food, her GoPros crap themselves as well. So there you go. So I'd really like to look into the Insta360s, but at an $800 setup per camera, it's not going to happen in a hurry. So anyway, Red, thank you so much for putting that in your community for me. Really appreciate that. I don't do anything on my YouTube page except post videos. I don't put anything in my community, and I don't put anything in my personal info. All I got there is literally is my email address. So it looks like a beautiful day outside today, but it's not. It's blowing its ass off. It is cold. Well, I'm in shorts and a tank top, but I'm also in the car with the heater on. Whoa, Jesus. So I've had a little bit more play with the distributor. I reset it yesterday before I got on the driveway and thought she was all hunky-dory and good, but it took her out for a run this morning, and it was still pinging a bit, so I backed off the distributor yet again. I have had a little bit of a tickle on the carby, but it's running a bit rough. I think I need to do what a couple of people said is I need to pull my plugs and re-gap all my plugs. I'd also like to maybe pull the Holly down and just blow out all its orifices and everything with the air compressor and clean that out. Go through all the power valves I've got in the shed. I know I've got an 8.5. I don't think I've got a 5.5 or a 4.5. So yeah, I can get them on Shipbook. They're about 25 bucks each. So so I might start looking into that shortly. The vacuum gauge setup hasn't arrived yet, but I just done a bit of a tune by ear. Your rocker cover gasket, dripping oil down the back of it straight onto the exhaust, that has to be changed. Anyway, car feels good at the moment. Like I said, I'm not going to make this a very long extended video. But actually, just a quick big shout out to you, Red. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Paul, for telling me about it. I didn't even know about it until Paul got onto. I didn't even know about that until Paul sent me a message saying, "Oh, Red's just done a little thing about you. It was quite good." And I'm like, "What?" So I went to her channel and looked through the videos, and well, I've watched every one of her videos. Couldn't find anything there. And finally flicked through to community, and there was this. So yeah, thank you very much, Red. I really appreciate it, and I certainly don't mind. I certainly don't mind recommending your channel to people as well. I think you're absolutely amazing. So anyway, like I said, thank you very much, Red. Really appreciate it. So in about a month from now, I think around the 19th of August, we have what we used to call the Biggin Car Show, which is actually the Rough and Tough Car Show, but it's more like lame and tame now, unfortunately, ever since they shut down the Burnout Comp. And they moved it from Biggin to here in Dunarnal, to that little showground there I'm about to pass on the left-hand side. They've moved the car show from our town of Big to here, Dunarnal. The very year that they moved it to there, our attendance rate dropped by about 60+%, and over the last 2 to 3 years, the attendance rate has fallen even further. Stupid Biggin Council. You know, Biggin Car Show was a major event in our town for many years. Long before I got here, and for the first 4 or 5 years that I was here, the Biggin Car Show was bigger than their actual annual show. And the council, in their wisdom, decided to price them out of the market, so they end up moving down to Dunarnel here, and basically, well, we ended up with a piss poor attendance. And yeah, anyway, but anyway, keep it in mind, folks, 19th of August, a rough and tough car show here in Dunarnel, which was actually used to be the Biggin Car Show. So now, someone was also asking me about these markings we're about to go over here, these red, well, even though they look orange on the video, those red markings, total waste of government fucking money. But what they are is their speed. What they are is their speed. Their speed markers. So as you come into these small country towns, you run over those so you know to slow down as you're coming into town, and you run over them as you're leaving town. The full point of them, I have no fucking idea. They're just stupid. I think I want to get past this four-wheel drive. Come on, baby, let's go. Yep. We do not want to get stuck behind him all the way to Childers. So, yeah, those big red markers on the ground, they put them on the small country towns up here in Queensland. God knows fucking why. To me, it's just a total waste of money. So as you come into town, you run over those big red patches, and it basically tells you to slow down. You're in a small town. I mean, who can't see the speed restriction? Who can't see the speed restriction signs in the first fucking place? So, but anyway. And as you leave town, you see the speed. You see the 100k speed sign. So, what in their right mind were they thinking when they put those things down on the ground? Was just no idea. But anyway, so those who are asking, those big red patches as you come in out of town, that's what they're all about. Just stop moving. So quickly, just getting back to my cam. A couple of people mentioned that the 5666 cam I got is not a powerhouse cam. It's just more like a towing cam. If I had known that, I probably wouldn't have bought it. I guess I got a little bit spoiled with the Gary cam. I really enjoyed the power the car was putting out with that cam. But then again, like brother Pete said, you know, as you get older, we should be slowing down. Well, that might be you, brother, but not me. I've still got a lead foot. I like to put my foot into it. I like my car to pick up and go like my bike does and like it should. So I'm not really in the car to be out smelling the fucking roses. I'm here to get to where I want to go as quickly as possible, and with as much overtaking power as possible. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with the cam myself, but it's what I've got. I'm not about to change it, and I'll make it work for me. And I think we'll pretty much leave it there. So, alright. I'll pick this up when we get back into Childers. And just quickly, as Christian said too in the comments, maybe I should try putting a higher octane fuel in the tank. Yeah, that'd be nice, mate, but at where I live, higher octane fuel costs around $2 a litre. Standard unleaded is $1.87 here in town, and the 98 I think you were talking about, I think that's what you mentioned. Well, the higher octane, that's like $2 a litre, and a 75 litre tank for 300 miles. I'm not prepared to pay $130 or $140 fill for 300 miles just to put a high octane in there. So maybe I should be looking at some of those lead replacement additives you can get for your fuel. Because like I said, this thing definitely feels underpowered. Don't know. I guess it's just the cam. It'll have to do, and as long as it doesn't wipe itself out, we'll just keep driving as it is. So, but anyway, the car's running, so we've got to be happy with that. this old girl. Right now, up in the corrugation corners. I don't know if you can see those rushes right there. Look at the way those rushes are getting blown around. It's windy as hell. And they filled in all these corrugations. They're slowly coming back. Geez, it's black out there up the top. I think we might have a storm coming across. No, it's still pinging. I think. She might be still pinging, just a tad, but every time I retarded a bee stick, it I start losing more and more performance. So anyway, touchdown childers. Woohoo, hot dog. Yeah, it's black as black over to that direction over there. Okay, so we're coming up to the intersection. I don't normally do a right hand. Normally I just scoot down this little street there on the right and go around the back and come in. But I'll go into the main street. Doing a right hand turn here at this intersection can take up to 10 to 15 minutes some days, depending on the volume of traffic coming through. Let's see how we go today, shall we? Oh, there's a lot coming from that direction, but nothing this direction. I can't even get in there. I might have my eye a little bit low. She's running a bit rough. Oh, guy on a bike here. I want to be on a bike today. No, thank you. Oh, this bastard wasn't turning. Right, let's go. Got in there. Woo! That can take a while. This street here can get just so many. Like I said quite a few times, all the road trains and buses and absolutely everything goes through this little main street here. I like Childers. I think it's a pretty little town. Now, I've got to try and find a parking spot. I might nick down this little side street here and see what I can find. Busy. It is massive busy today. Find a parking spot anywhere. And I think it's about to piss down rain. Yep. Smudge switch. What's this guy doing? He's got this guy here. What's he doing? He's got the foot on the brake. Actually, I'll go one up. There's a parking spot up here. Just seeing. Right out, there we go. Highway patrol, cruising past right there. Right now, well, touchdown Childers. So the boat's running a little bit rougher than it was yesterday. I've got a lot of playing around to do with this. I think, like I said, I'd like to pull the carby out. Or sort of pull the carby down and blow out all the jets and orifices and do all those sorts of things. So, yeah, of course I'll be mucking around the timing a little bit more. So, but the motor's definitely running a bit rough. And yeah, like I said, maybe even pull out all the plugs and have a go at them as well. So, anyway, Wells, I've got an appointment to go and get my knee X-rayed. So I'll catch you on the way home. Later, bye. All right, Wells, that was quick and done, nice and easy. Yep, this needs another turn. I've got something wrong, something I'm not happy with it. Normally she just boom, starts on the key, so tell you what I've done with the carby, with the tickling of the carby that I did, or I've got my timing too far retarded. I'd say it's more carby than anything. Rightio, let's get out and go home. Yeah, I've got the idle way too low. The sun's back out. Yeah, definitely got me idle too low. She's almost stalling on me. Oh, but I've got enough fuel to get home. Mustang Lynn, not Mustang Sally. Alrighty, let's head for home. No stopping for naughty sticks today. We're going to stay at home. You're going to stay at home, no hanky panky. If anyone wants a good movie to watch, check out Robin Williams in Cadillac Man. Funny as fuck. One of his better movies in some ways, as far as his comedies. So yeah, check out Cadillac Man by Robin Williams. Funny fucking movie. Alright, let's get out of this town and go home. Go straight home. Corrugation corners. I wonder if I can get past these two. I wonder what my passing capabilities are like. Just going to, how fucking slow are we going here? God, it's a highway. Less than 50 mile an hour. Speed limit 60. We're doing 45. Just on 50, if that. Well, I've had to pull over. Oh, I've had to pull over and change my battery yet again on this fucking GoPro. So I don't know if I've lost any files or anything along the way. Even the voice command stopped working. So, oh, the house is rented again now. No one's gone, Danny. So, fucking GoPros, shit. Anyway, we're in Dunarnal, not far from home. And as always, coming up to my favourite part of the trip home every time. It just never gets old. It just never gets old. You come through the cutting here and it just breaks open, and beautiful Mount Walsh over there in the distance. There it is, by Kyla Mountain. Never gets old. There's a little white dot you can't see, which is the water tower. Smile Mountain. Not only is it Kyla Mountain, but it's also Smile Mountain. Always makes me smile because I know I'm not far from home when I come through that cutting. Beautiful. And I named it after my MCW, Kyla Mountain. Officially it's Mount Walsh. I've done 3 rescues off that mountain with SES. So it's officially called Mount Walsh, but I've renamed it after my MCW, Kyla Mountain. Radio Worlds. Back in the big. We made it. I am literally on vapours right now, but I'm going to go for a lap through the main as we always do, and head for home. I'll come back down either tomorrow, so I'll either come back down later this Harvey or tomorrow and fill the tank. I think I'd like to put a full bottle of metho through it, maybe. Metho is really good for cleaning tanks out, especially if you've got water and stuff in there. It helps. I'm not really sure. I'm tempted to put a tank of 98 in there or high octane, but not just at the moment. I think I'll just put the normal fuel in and just run a tank of metho through. See if that does anything. Actually, I'll put about $20 of fuel in and put a full bottle of metho with about $20 of fuel in. Let's see what that does. Fucking hell, I really am on vapours. I've actually got a jerry can of fuel sitting at home, so... Downtown big. Yeah, I think I've got my idle way too low. Tenants already. That went quick. Well, radio worlds, almost safely back in the driveway. Yeehaw, touchdown. Oh, I keep looking at my bike thinking I really need a ride. Yeah, something's not right with this, either the timing right now or this carb is just so out of tune, it's just not funny. So anyway, well, it's made it safe to do the driveway. Literally on fucking vapours right now. So I'll head down to Servode later and put a decent amount of fuel in the car, and I think I'll put at least a bottle or maybe 2 of metho in the tank and just help clear out whatever water and shit might be in there. So anyway, well, like I said, big shout out to Red. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Riding on Ruby Paul, thank you, mate, for putting me on to her. Wayne, still going to try and get up to Bundy, mate, but as you can see, I've got shitloads going on down here at the moment. Flick me a message on Messenger and let me know how you're going with your water pump anyway. So, and to everyone else, look, thanks for coming along for the ride. So stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and we will catch you later.